Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Today, I'm going to talk about the Relics of Remnant. Unfortunately, sorry that this image is bad. This is the best I could find, but I'm going to talk to you about specifically the relics in this one. So, the one on the very left is the crown of creation, is the crown of choice. Then in the middle there, by the way, that's the god in the god of light in the background. Then the one in the middle, that's the lamp basically. That is the relic of knowledge. Then that sword is the relic of destruction. Then there's the staff of creation on the right. Now, the reason why I wanted to do a whole video on these is because I have an interesting theory about the series itself. Does anyone remember how Volume 1 through 3 ended? Vale... Why did I say that so weird? Vale has the crown of why do I keep wanting to say creation? Sorry, I'm stuck in Volume 7 right now. The crown of choice. And by the way, these 4 relics represent humanity as a whole. We like to create, we like to destroy, we make choices, and we have knowledge that we like to collect or find. We're, how do I put this? Collectors of knowledge. There we go. That's probably not it either, but you get the point. So, the relic of choice. Let's go from left to right here. The relic of choice is in Volume 1 through 3. You don't get to see it, but we know what it is now. And I would just like to say that Volume 1 through 3, have you noticed that every conflict, everything of interest happens based on choice in 1 through 3? I've had people agree with me on this. They chose Pyrrha to become the next Fall Maiden, and I will put a spoiler alert below, because I feel like there will be spoilers in this. And, by the way, these are locked away by the semblance of the 4 maidens, and only they can unlock it. And Ozpin is the one who gave the original 4 maidens. He's the old man and the 4 maidens in that one fairy tale who gave them the powers. But basically, he did that to help protect the relics and to make it harder for Salem to get to them. Now, so back to the crown. Ozpin chose to keep everything a secret. They chose to have the Vital Festival at Vale. There were a lot of choices made in those first 3 volumes that go around the premise of the relic itself. And I know these are only a few examples, but there's many other examples I can do. Like, let me see here. Ruby chose to fight Torchwick and his men at the beginning of the series. Ozpin chose to let Ruby into his school early. You see, every choice that was made in this volume ultimately decided the fate of Vale and everyone in those first 3 volumes. Like, Yang chose to fight back against Mercury when he tried to attack her, and that's what caused her to get locked away in her room. Well, she locked herself in her room. I don't remember. But she chose to keep herself locked in her room. And let's see, what else? Cinder chose to steal the Fall Maiden's power. And they also chose to take out Penny to make an example of what's wrong with the political system in Remnant and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. So it's all been based around choices for the most part that's led to tragedy, good things, bad things, and the destruction of Vale. Oh, and Ozpin chose to fight Cinder, and he died for it. Sorry I'm getting heated, but this is really interesting how I came up with this theory. And then let's move on to knowledge. So the thing in knowledge, the relic of knowledge, let's see here. Basically, every decision in volume 4 through 5. Yeah, 4 through 5. Because it was Mistral, you know. Well, I don't really know about 4 because they weren't really in Mistral that long, and I don't remember. No, wait. Never mind, scratch that. So, volume 4 and 5, mostly 5, was based around the knowledge that they knew about certain things that got them to be into specific situations. Like, Crow told them about the gods, about the true origin of Remnant with the two gods, God of Light and Dark. And he used his knowledge to protect Ruby. Everyone used their knowledge to some degree in that. Ren and Nora used their knowledge of their old village that, well, Ren's parents were killed in. And he used his knowledge of the Grim Horseman on how to defeat it. And, you see, I'm trying to remember every instance of where they use knowledge. But basically, Team Ruby, through those 2 volumes, used their knowledge or knowledge of others to make decisions that would best affect their future. Blake used her knowledge of the wow, where was I going there? White Fang, excuse me. Oh, Lord, that would have been a bad mistake right there. The White Fang, to convince the other Faunus to help fight Mistral against the White Fang. Because everyone at one point used their knowledge to their benefit to fight for the greater good in those 2 volumes when it came to Mistral. Now, let's see, is there anything else I want to include? Oh, Lionheart, the next headmaster, used his knowledge of Salem to protect himself. Because he was a coward. Well, his knowledge is what ended up getting him killed. Gotten him, really? Sorry, I say words weird sometimes, or I say the wrong grammar word. Anyway. So, he used his knowledge of Salem to help get him out of a pinch. He used his knowledge of where the relic was to help, well, the bad guys get to it. Everyone used their knowledge either against someone, to help someone, or, knowledge was a huge factor when it came to choice during these 2 volumes. That's all I'm going to say, because, yes, I could go on about every example for each relic, but I have a theory, and it has solid ground. And if you guys want to add or include anything to help support or deny my theory, you can, because I'm open to suggestion and thoughts. But I've had one person who's agreed with a lot of my theories and my discussions on certain topics about Ruby. So that would conclude my discussion on the Tome of Knowledge, basically, which would be the Spring Maiden. Alright, moving on to... Oh, I spit on my screen. So, the Relic of Destruction is a sword. Excuse me. I need water. So the Relic of Destruction, based on everything I've seen so far in the series, someone is going to... How do I put this? There are going to be decisions made that involve destruction. Now, because we haven't, gone to Vacuo yet, I can't confirm my theory yet. But my theory will be even more confirmed when I go over the Staff of Creation. But the Sword of Destruction, basically, I want to say that it encompasses... Every decision is going to be a destructive decision, I would have to say. Or every decision is going to be based around destruction when it comes to, after we're done in Atlas, which I don't know when we're going to get to Vacuo, honestly, because, I don't know, because we haven't gotten there yet, so I can't really talk too much about the Relic or Sword of Destruction, really, because we haven't even gone over that yet. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on the... I'm not going to release the Relic... I'm not going to release this tidbit of information, right away. It will be released at some point for you guys to view, but anyways. So I feel like that's what's going to happen in Vacuo. So Vacuo, that's probably what's going to happen. And what's interesting is that each of the kingdoms also encompasses that relic somehow. Now, Vacuo has had issues with destruction and other things, which we'll get into more detail when we get to that kingdom. Now, the knowledge when it comes to the Kingdom Mistral, it's mostly in the black market and, their knowledge of how to combat Grimm by building into the cliffside, because it makes it harder for Grimm to attack the city because they're up in the mountains. As for the choice thing, a lot of the people in Vale made choices. The Kingdom of Vale, everyone makes decisions. Basically, that kingdom encompasses choices, which I can leave that up to interpretation for you, because I can't really explain that one as well. Let's see here. As for the Staff of Creation, let's get into that one real quick. So far, yes, I will include spoilers for those of you who haven't seen Volume 7. The Staff of Creation basically, I can't say certain words either. I don't know why that is. So, the Staff of Creation basically is about, how do I put this? That whole section in... I don't remember if there was much of it in Volume 6, but in 7 for sure, everything has been based around the idea of creating something good. They wanted to create a good bond with Robin Hill. They wanted to create a satellite so no matter what happens, they'll be able to emit a signal all across Remnant so all kingdoms will stay connected. They also created an army. They created... a political campaign to create political instability, which not everything that was created was good, but something was created in this volume, in this section of Ruby. Everything has been... They created tension between them and Ozpin because they saw his path. They created conflict between the military that was stationed in Argus and Team Ruby. And, the others. Basically, the volumes based around getting to Atlas or being an Atlas have been based around the Staff of Creation. There's been creating conflicts, creating or making things like decisions and other things. Like I said, if you want to add on to either support or deny this opinion or theory, you can, but this is just what I'm seeing based on what I've seen so far in the series. Like I said, I will be doing more videos on specific subjects, but as of right now, I don't really know a whole lot about what is it? The Staff of Destruction, so I can't really decide if my theory is full. Like, if it's actually, like, sound yet. All I know is that 3/4 of the staff and kingdom that they were based in, like, everything that each kingdom is based around, they're, like, and the episodes themselves, like, everything is based around the relic itself during that time period. Or during that period of the show, if you haven't noticed. Which, you can deny this theory or, accept it, whatever you want to. But I wholeheartedly believe that this theory is correct, because of what I've seen in the show so far. Anyways, I've gone a little over 15 minutes, which is fine, but anyways, that's all I want to discuss about the relics. Leave a comment down below what you think of my theory, whether it's sound, whether it's not, and if you want to help me build on this theory, you can, but basically, this is what I think. I don't know how many people are going to see these videos, honestly, but I just want to get my voice out there on what I think. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.